Welcome back, especially to my couple of new subscribers that I picked up yesterday. One thing that I like to do occasionally is look at my puzzles that I failed, and it's possible to do that on Lichess if you're using the website, but on chess.com, it's easier, or at least it seems so to me. You go to your puzzle statistics page where you see these cool graphs showing your progress over time, and then these Christmas colored graphs over here. And then down below, it lists all the puzzles you've done recently. It lists them by date and by puzzle number with a link to the puzzle, and I think what your rating was when you finished it. Little red box here means that you missed a puzzle. You failed it, got it incorrect. And the green box means you got it right and how many points you got for it. So what I like to do occasionally, usually not on video, is to go back and analyze and see why I got it wrong. Now, I just did this first one off camera to kind of get an idea of what I'm looking for. This one turned out to be insane. Stockfish actually recommends moving this pawn forward. It doesn't explain why this king moved for no apparent reason. But now I'm supposed to threaten the queen with an unprotected pawn, and they just take it. Okay? Now, here, black's best move is to move this rook over to threaten the queen. Okay? And then any reasonable person, including Stockfish, would move this queen back after taking that free pawn. But in this puzzle, I don't understand why. The queen's just going to take the rook, and I take it back. So that one was a little confusing, but I'm going to look at the next one and see what the answer was. This one, okay. I do not have any checks because that's a really bad idea there. I do not have any captures because all the pieces that I can currently capture are protected. I do have a threat, which is this. The rook down there protected by my queen. And the queen really can't escape because its escape squares are also protected by me. One by the queen, one by the rook. I guess this spot would be a safe escape square, but wherever it escaped, I could then capture this bishop. However, I failed this puzzle, and I happen to remember failing it. I did move the rook here, and then the bishop went there, attacking my queen. So I didn't know what to do. So let's see if I can get it right this time. Okay, yeah, the bishop. Okay, I did remember that part. Now I remembered if I capture, they capture. And then I wasn't sure what to do. To capture this bishop or recapture this bishop. Let's see if I remember. I think it was queen, queen. You know what? I bet it's this. Because I'm going to lose this rook anyway. Or if I don't, I'm going to lose this and then possibly more. So if I'm going to lose this rook or some pieces anyway, I should capture with check, and then I get that bishop. Okay, that was the answer, because here when they recapture with either of those pieces, I'll also get the bishop. And again, you don't get any points for redoing these. I just like to do them for learning purposes. It's important to me to know what I got wrong. Okay, I think I remember failing this one too. I remember thinking I didn't have enough firepower on that square to keep saying check because all of these enemy pieces are pointed there. So I would lose this rook, I would recapture, and I would lose that rook, and I would recapture, and I would lose my queen, and they would have a rook and a bishop left. Okay, I think I decided going here would be best because it threatens checkmate on both of these squares with my queen. So I thought I could go here. Now they could protect one of those squares by capturing this pawn, and then the bishop would be protected. they could protect the other square by moving here. And the part that I forgot was that that's check. But let's see. Okay, yeah, see, they can protect the first square with check and then protect the other square. So I have to get out of check. And I think where I failed in the past was that I tried to block check here because my reasoning was I could lose this rook right now. So why not use it to block the check? But it turns out that it doesn't matter if they take that rook because then I have checkmate. So I have to get out of check. They have to do this. So I get out of check to the corner. Yeah, they have to take this to guard against checkmate down here. But now both those squares are protected by these two pieces. So I have to go back to the original plan. Now that the queen has left the back rank, I now have enough firepower to mate on that square. And there's nothing that the opponent can do about it. That's checkmate. Okay. Let's see. Got maybe one more. The last one I failed before that was here. Do not remember failing this puzzle. I don't think. My king is open, but not really in danger, because all the squares where this queen can check me are protected. However, that won't last for long. It's coming to an end here pretty quick, especially if a couple of these pieces start getting involved. What I do have is I have a free piece here that doesn't really threaten anything. Let's see. I have a check here. I also have a check here because that's protected by this bishop. That forces, let's see, this square would be guarded by my queen at that point. So the king would be forced to go here. Let's see, there. Right? Check. King goes here. Then I can follow check with the knight, either here or here. And that forces the king up even further. And okay, I think I remember where I failed this one. And I think I know why. Okay. The idea was that if I went here with the knight, which I thought was a good idea because it's protected by this pawn, the king can just get closer and then I don't have a follow-up. However, if I say check here, the king can't go toward it because the queen protects this square. And it can't go to either of these because of the queen, or these, leaving it only one possible move. Then I can say check here, protected by this pawn. And the king can't go back because the knight, which is now over here, protects these two squares. And the queen, in its new location, would protect this one, this one, this one, and that would be checkmate. Okay. All right, that was just an example of me trying to go back and fix what I got wrong. But the informational part of this video is the fact that this list is on chess.com. If you've been doing puzzles, if you've been working on them, you can go to your statistics page. If you happen to be on, say, your daily or rapid statistics page, it's pretty easy to click the little drop-down arrow, go to puzzles, and it'll take you to your puzzle statistics page where you can scroll down and see the list and find the ones you failed and click on them. Click the little play button down here. And if you can't solve it and you don't know why, and you fail it for some reason, oops, there's a little analysis button down here, and you can click that, and it'll take you to a whole new page where you can see Stockfish's lines. You can see what Stockfish recommends doing here, like to give away the pawn, and it recommends the queen retaking. Then Stockfish says, yeah, bring that rook over here, rook to e8, and then the queen's going to run away. Either way, the queen's going to go back. It just so happens in the puzzle that the queen captures, nobody knows why, and you get their queen. But anyway, hopefully that helps if you've been working on puzzles and failing them, or failing some. But like I said, in Lichess, I believe you have to go to your puzzles dashboard, is what it's called, from the drop-down menu at the top of the page. Hover over puzzles. When the menu drops down, click on puzzles dashboard, and then it'll show like a blue button, I think, at the right that says like 12 to replay. And you can click on that and replay the puzzles that you failed. All right, thanks for watching. See you next time.